Be recording this. We're sort of working on recording things. So long as you're muted, you won't show up in the video, and there'll be no evidence that you were ever there. So from the point of view of privacy, so long as you remain muted, you'll be fine. If you are not muted for some reason, actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll also just pin ourselves at the top, and that should mean that we're okay. That should work. So, welcome everybody. Let's reach out in our virtual circle. Let's take hands. Let's take a breath together. So settling into our bodies, settling into this moment. And we can begin to breathe towards the one, breathing in towards the one, breathing out towards the one. Each out breath arriving a little more fully present in the body, fully present in this moment. Aware of our feet, really grounded. Aware of how we're sitting, the contact with the cushion or the chair. Sending our roots deep down into the earth. Really present, really grounded, landing. These roots that connect us deeply to our mother, and that also allow us to draw in nourishment, sustenance from the earth. And drawing the breath up as if from the earth all the way up our bodies, and breathing out of the crown of our heads, opening to this realm of light. And just like a tree might do, we can reach our branches up towards the light and again draw in nourishment from the air, from the light, from the wind, from the rain. Allowing our bodies to be a bridge between earth and heaven. Deeply rooted, deeply connected. And again, let's breathe in towards the one. And this time we'll breathe out, united with all. Beginning to reach out with our breath to connect with this circle of beloveds here. Breathing in towards the one, feeling ourselves grounded and rooted. Breathing out, united with all, deeply connecting, knowing that we share the breath, the one breath. This breath connects us, no matter where we are on this beautiful planet of ours. And allowing our hearts to connect, and the feeling in our hands, the chakras in our hands that know what it feels like to hold hands. And so let's say the Sufi invocation of Hazrat Inayat Khan together. Towards the One, the perfection of love, harmony and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the message, the mystery, the spirit of guidance. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We begin in the name of Allah, who is all mercy, all compassion. Astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah. So astaghfirullah, we take refuge in the purifying presence of Allah. Let's sing that together. Astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah. So that just goes on like that, and then we'll add another part. Ya Nuri. Let's say that together. Ya Nuri, divine light. Ya Nuri, Ya Allah.
Ya Allah.
Unity, affirming our connection. Allah Nuri, this divine light connects us together.
Allah Nuri.
Ya Nuri, Ya Nuri, Ya Allah. Ya Nuri, Ya Nuri, Ya Allah, Allah Nuri. So we'll just keep moving between those chants. Feel free to spend some time with one and then some time with another. When we're working with Astaghfirullah, you might like to make some movements of purification, releasing, letting go of what we no longer need, what no longer serves us, and maybe tapping on the heart to just allow some of the rust to be cleaned away. Ya Nuri, connecting with this divine light that flows through each one of us. So in whatever way that feels, feel free to move. Astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah. Let's keep Astaghfirullah on the breath. Breathing in Astaghfirullah. Breathing out Astaghfirullah. Breathing with forgiveness, allowing divine forgiveness to touch every part of our being, allowing us to release all of the mistakes, all of the little wrinkles that have happened during the day. Just letting it fall away with Astaghfirullah. And allowing Astaghfirullah to go even deeper, travelling to the parts of us that sometimes we're afraid to look at, the parts that we might believe to be unforgivable. just bathing them with astaghfirullah, divine forgiveness. Breathing it in, astaghfirullah, breathing it out. Each breath, letting go a little more into this purifying forgiveness, taking refuge in the mercy, the forgiveness, the compassion of Allah. Ameen.
Ameen.
So I wanted to read a couple of poems, a couple of my favourites. This one is from Rumi, and I think he might be talking to us at the moment in our separation, in our confinement in our homes. The reed flute's song. Listen to the story told by the reed of being separated. Since I was cut from the reed bed, I have made this crying sound. Anyone apart from someone he loves understands what I say. Anyone pulled from a source longs to go back. At any gathering, I am there, mingling in the laughing and grieving, a friend to each, but few will hear the secrets hidden within the notes. No ears for that. Body flowing out of spirit, spirit up from body, no concealing that mixing, but it's not given us to see the soul. The reed flute is fire, not wind. Be that empty. Hear the love fire tangled in the reed notes as bewilderment melts into wine. The reed is a friend to all who want the fabric torn and drawn away. The reed is hurt and salve combining. Intimacy and longing for intimacy, one song. A disastrous surrender and a fine love together. The one who secretly hears this is senseless. A tongue has one customer, the ear. A sugarcane flute has such an effect because it was able to make sugar in the reed bed. The sound it makes is for everyone. Days full of wanting, let them go by without worrying that they do. Stay where you are, inside, such a pure, hollow note. Every thirst gets satisfied except that of these fish, the mystics, who swim a vast ocean of grace, still somehow longing for it. No one lives in that without being nourished every day. But if someone doesn't want to hear the song of the reed flute, it's best to cut conversation short, say goodbye, and leave. Bless you, Rumi. And then I have two poems actually from Hafiz. dance, dervish, dance. Bring the face of God before you. Only love can lift the heart up so high that its true colour is restored by the sun. See her nearby and clapping, that perfect one who fathers divine rhythm. Oh, dance, dervish, dance, and know you bring your master happiness whenever you smile. Last night, so many tears took flight because of joy that the sky got crowded and complained. When I discovered God hiding again in my heart, and I could not cease to celebrate. Oh, dance, Hafiz, dance. Write 1,000 luminous secrets upon the wall of existence so that even a blind man will know where we are and join us in this love. Dance, dervish, dance. Bring the face, oh, bring the face of your beloved before you. And finally, this other one by Hafiz, which is called Cast All Your Votes for Dancing. I know the voice of depression still calls to you. I know those habits that can ruin your life still send their invitations. But you are with the friend now and look so much stronger. You can stay that way and even bloom. Keep squeezing drops of the sun from your prayers and work and music and from your companion's beautiful laughter. Keep squeezing drops of the sun from the sacred hands and glance of your beloved, and, my dear, from the most insignificant movements of your own holy body. Learn to recognize the counterfeit coins that may buy you just a moment of pleasure, but then drag you for days like a broken man behind a farting camel. You are with the friend now. Learn what actions of yours delight her. What actions of yours bring freedom and love. Whenever you say God's name, dear pilgrim, my ears wish my head was missing so they could finally kiss each other and applaud all your nourishing wisdom. Oh, keep squeezing drops of the sun from your prayers and work and music and from your companion's beautiful laughter and from the most insignificant movements of your own holy body. Now, sweet one, be wise. Cast all your votes for dancing. Isn't it brilliant? Casting our votes for dancing. So if you want to cast your votes for dancing and stand and move, then please do. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim.
Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in.
Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in.
Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim.
Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim.
Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim.
Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim.
Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin.
Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin.
Amin.
Amin.
Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah. Bismillah, 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 Bismillah. So if you'd like to move with this, either seated or standing, we're going to be with our arms folded over our hearts, and we're bowing to the right, and then bowing to the left, and to the right, and to the left. And then for the Rahman, Rahim, we're exploring how much love we can share, how much love we can receive, how much can we open to love in this moment. Sometimes it's not very much at all. Sometimes we're guarding ourselves for really good reasons, and it might just be a small movement. And sometimes we're wide open to give and receive. So feel where you are with that, and use the movement that works for you right now. That's sort of Rahman Rahim. Bismillah, 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 So you can do this seated or standing, but we're going to sweep across the heart, so leaning with the head and the heart first to the left and then across to the right, making a crescent shape, a container to hold the divine in our hearts. And then we're going to plunge down into that container, plunging into the heart of God. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha Allahu, So just sitting for a few moments in the atmosphere, sharing this one breath Let's breathe together a breath of love. Breathe in love. And breathe out love. And breathe in a breath of joy. Breathe it in deeply. Joy. And breathe out joy. And together let's breathe in a breath of peace. And breathe out peace. And as we continue to breathe this breath of peace, let's send this peace out, travelling on our breath, filling the home of each one of us here. Imagining your home filled with this breath of peace. And sending the breath of peace out to fill your neighbourhood. And then as if we're moving out, getting a larger view, we can begin to see how our breaths merge to create a single breath of peace which surrounds this beautiful planet, this beautiful globe on which we live. Breathing peace. Amen. We're going to close with the prayer Khartoum, which I've just put in the chat box. If you don't know it, you can read it from there. This is the evening prayer from Hazrat Inayat Khan. O thou who art the perfection of love, harmony and beauty, the Lord of heaven and earth, open our hearts that we may hear thy voice, which constantly comes from within. Disclose to us thy divine light, which is hidden in our souls, that we may know and understand life better. Most merciful and compassionate God, give us thy great goodness. Teach us thy loving forgiveness. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide. Send us the peace of thy divine Spirit, and unite us all in thy perfect being. Amen. Bless you. Thank you, friends. I'm going to